Dell's earnings beat. It exceeded analyst earnings estimates. Sales coming in a little light. For her take, we're going to bring in Kimberly Caughey Forrest. She is an analyst at Fort Pitt. She's joining us now on the phone from Pittsburgh. Fort Pitt manages more than $1 billion in assets. Kim, thanks for joining us this morning. I don't want to minimize the earnings beat or the market's reaction to that, but Dell's revenue was a little light in the corner, up only 1% from last year. How much does that bother you?
It does bother me. I would have liked to have seen a much stronger revenue number from the company, and that would have kind of put to rest that they, have a way to go in their recovery. Michael Dell's been there for, I guess, 3 or 4 years now. He returned to the company, and he really has straightened things out, especially with respect to their supply chain and the margins that they've been experiencing.
Now, similar to HP, Dell saw weakness in the consumer market, down 7% from last year. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Hewlett-Packard's drop of 23%. But what's the best way for Dell to ensure that this role reversal stays on track?
Well, I think it's to continue doing what they're doing, which is focusing on growing their services business and, selling PCs profitably. The thing that I came away from the call with most encouraged about is that they don't seem to be chasing market share anymore. They are incentivizing their sales force not only in quota, but also in margins, and that's really important. You need to be able to sell products profitably to continue as a business and to satisfy investors.
So it seems like they're just executing better. What about the cloud component? How impressed or lack thereof were you with this information, this part of their business?
They didn't really address it specifically, but they do supply a couple of components to the cloud. The first and probably most important is servers, and they did well in the quarter. We'll see once all of the numbers come out through something like an IDC or a Gartner about who's winning in market share, but Dell did very well. So they're supplying the servers to the cloud, which that's pretty much what the cloud is, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Dell has been an underperformer, and you alluded to it, questions about the margins, among other issues. Where could the stock go? I mean, is this the turning point that investors have been looking for?
I think it is the turning point. Investors have been really focused on operating income. And, the company has given lackluster results and drifted away from strong operating income whenever Michael Dell wasn't part of the scene. They were going after market share. They were, doing some acquisitions, but he's really focused them back on making money. And I think that this is a turning point for the stock. We'll see what investors think today when we watch the price of Dell.
Well, $15.90 is where it closed yesterday. Is this fair value? What is, in your view, if not?
Well, would say it's higher than it is than $15.90.
Okay, but you don't want to...
I'm not going to give you a number. No, I'm not a sell-side analyst anymore.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. Kimberly, thanks. Kimberly Caughey Forrest, analyst at Fort Pitt. She was joining us there on the phone from Pittsburgh, says that Dell is worth more than the $15.90, but still did say that 1% revenue growth year on year, still somewhat of a concern.